What's going on, team? Welcome back to the podcast after a fucking big ass break, but we are back with episode number 45, I believe, 45. Hope we're all doing alright. It's been 4 weeks, 5 weeks after lockdown here in New Zealand, and I think the same back in the UK. So I hope everyone is staying sane, looking after their mental health in a time where it is quite susceptible to get cabin fever. We are seeing the same four walls day in, day out, so that can get a little bit too tedious for us. So hopefully we're doing those things that we need for ourselves to keep us fucking sane. And also an obvious one, hope everyone is fit and healthy and is fighting whatever they need to. Love goes out to all the healthcare professionals in the world, not just in these two countries. That is helping fight this sort of virus going on, and that is, you are doing God's work, as we say. Right, let's a little bit of a side note before we start, just about training at the moment, and how we are training at the moment. And if you have obviously some equipment and things might be opening up a little bit now on online, and you can afford maybe a dumbbell, a kettlebell, maybe a barbell and a set of weights, it depends on obviously your budget, then you might be able to get a little bit more creative with your training. But if you don't have any equipment, then that's absolutely sound. You don't necessarily need it. What have I been doing? I think I said it on a previous podcast, but basically I've been pushing my car a couple of times in a car park. I've been doing some shuttles. I've been going to the local rugby field and doing some like old school suicide sprints. Been doing a shit ton of dips and push-ups. Been doing some pull-ups. I'm up to like 2,220 pull-ups, I think, in quarantine alone. And then I've also got some sort of sledgehammer in the garage, and I'm basically either bicep curling it or lying down doing some skull crushes with a sledgehammer, or just being creative, like getting some sort of exercise in. Bitch work will be back. For those people that know what bitch work is, it will be back. It is making a comeback. That'll be really fun. You got to earn that chocolate milk. Just as a little backstory with the whole bitch work. Bitch work is usually done on a Thursday. Quote unquote active recovery, but it's not so much recovering. It's usually a long, sucky workout that's really going to test your mental strength and also physical. Makes you feel like absolute dog shite, but the reason why you do it is because you don't think you can. Obviously, it will improve your cardiovascular fitness, but mainly it's between the ears. It's what you gain out of it, mental toughness wise, and then we drink chocolate milk at the end of it, just because you got to earn that milk. So it is coming back. It's going to be a virtual non-equipment sort of workouts, and I will be posting them up on the Instagram if you wanted to sort of see them and follow them along. You don't have to do them start to finish. You can take it and adapt it. You can take a little bit and do a little bit of it, just getting people moving. It's obviously a free workout. All you need to do is read and copy it. And if you've got any issues or problems or even injuries that might stop you from doing some things, then just flick it in a message or something like that. Like, no problem. We can sort of adapt things for you so you can still get your little workout in, and then drink chocolate milk at the end of it. And make sure you tag me in that chocolate milk post. That'll be funny to get a collection of them. So, something that I was actually speaking with a lady about yesterday, talking about training partners, and it's quite I don't know. It's a quite sensitive topic for me. Not sensitive, but it's quite important for me with training partners and who you sort of train with and who you associate yourself with inside the gym. And I was thinking back, and I've only had 3 training partners in my entire life who have like genuinely been good training partners, like the best training partners. And I was thinking, what am I looking for in those people? What did they offer me, and what did I offer them? Because clearly, we trained with each other for a long time, so I must have offered the same things back to them that they needed. And working in a gym environment for a long time now, and I look around, and ego, yeah, definitely has come involved. Ego's always been involved, of course. Like, it will always, any sort of vanity thing, ego will always be involved. But obviously, with the growth of Instagram, and all the other sort of social media platforms, and Insta fame and all that sort of fucking shit, people are gonna, be a little bit more obsessed with how they look a little bit more, and how they portray themselves within a gym scene. And then I think it becomes a little bit more about, is that girl on the treadmill, or that fucking lady squatting or doing hip thrusts looking at me when I'm doing some fucking bicep curls, or I'm going to walk in like I'm Billy Big Bollocks swinging kettlebells between my legs, and actually like focus on whether my hair's in the right place rather than fucking working hard. And I say this, I say this all the time, but I will never fucking pick a lady up in the gym. I don't think that's the right way to do it. I don't think that's the right place to do it. Like, you're there to work hard. You're there to do a job. If you end up getting like chatty, then that's great. But do your fucking work first, and I'm goddamn sure she will respect that. And if she doesn't, then and she's not really there for, for the reason that she's there. She's there to socialise and sort of like meet people, and vice versa. It can happen two ways. It doesn't have to be a male seeking a female. It can be a female seeking a male, or obviously a female seeking a female, or a male seeking a male, or whatever. Obviously, there's whatever your preference is. It doesn't really matter. So it becomes more about what people perceive you as rather than what you can actually do, in my opinion. And I don't know, I think it's sort of gone away from that a little bit. Gone away from, why we actually set foot in a gym. And I was thinking, why do I sort of set foot in a gym? What do I expect? What do they expect from me? And usually we're the best of mates. We're very, very close mates outside of the gym. But as soon as we enter the gym, it's like we're going to war. Not to get one over on each other, not because we want to rub it in each other's face, not because we want to prove to each other that we're the alpha and you're the beta, or some sort of shit like that. But it's mainly because we're not going to set the other one's shit, and we're going to push the other person beyond where they thought their limit was, right? And they're going to do the same to me. And by doing that, we've already ingraining into your head that to push through adversity, to push through those difficult times, to not take your own shit. Like, there's going to be those little voices, no matter who you are. Like, if you're Usain Bolt running 100 metres in Beijing when he broke the world record, if you're Michael Phelps when he broke goddamn how many world records, if you are, the name escapes me, but the lad that broke the 2-hour marathon, like, all these people are gonna have those voices in their head that be like, maybe you can't do it today. Maybe the wind is not in your favour. Maybe your breakfast weren't that good. Maybe your laces are a bit untied. Maybe, maybe you missed that training session, or maybe you didn't push out harder in that training session, or maybe you didn't eat enough, or all these things. You're gonna have those voices in your head, but by having someone in front of you that genuinely gives no shits about those voices in your head and can't hear them, they're always going to push you through. For me, that ingrains in you to push further. And whenever you do hear those voices when you're on your own, and it's just like, oh, maybe it's not today, you can just be like, well, no, because my second nature now, my habit now, is to just work hard and push through. And I've seen it, man. I've seen it myself, and I've seen it with other people. Like, we fucking kill ourselves in the gym, and then when we leave the gym, nothing seems impossible. I've had messages from a class called Engine Rooms, and I basically designed this class. Yes, it is to improve your engine, so your cardiovascular fitness. It's kind of like bitch work, but less mental. And I didn't buy chocolate milk for the class. Yes, you might call me a dickhead for that, or a bit mean, but that'd a bit expensive. Um, but Engine Rooms was mainly, I programmed and designed this class to improve the mental toughness of the people in front of me. That they would genuinely question my sanity of the things that I'd make them do, and the way I would sort of give it them. So, they'd walk in and there'd be nothing written on the board and they don't know what they're doing. I'm like, right, guys, this is the warm up. Okay, we're gonna warm up. Cool. Once we're warmed up, all right, team, come back in. Blah blah blah. This is what we're gonna do. All right, wicked. So they get that done, and it's like, right, team, you got 2 minutes. What do you mean you got 2 minutes? Well, you got 2 minutes, and then you're either going to do it again, or you're going to do it backwards, or you've got another one, or blah blah blah. And they don't know until they're done. They don't know they're done until I give them a fist bump. That was the rule. And that uncertainty, and I just have to give what I have and this my all to whatever is in front of me, because I don't know if I'm going to go for 5 minutes or 55 minutes. And that level of pressure and that I don't know, just hard work really molded some seriously strong individuals. And I would get messages just saying, Alex, I really appreciate it, because having been pushed through that, I went into the exam with a lot more confidence. Or raising a baby, or with my wife pregnant, like it's not so daunting anymore. And I know it sounds a bit silly, but at the end of the day, that's why we go to the gym. That's why we do it. We don't do it for vanity most of the time. There are times, you will do it for vanity, and that's perfectly fine. Like, it's your fucking body. You'd like to look good, and that's fine. But I think at the moment, especially in commercial gyms, which is fine. Like, I actually fucking love a commercial gym most of the time. I can put my headphones in and just rock out. And I enjoy the bodybuilding side of fitness as well. It's fun, it's needed, it's accessories, and it's definitely needed for a bit of joint and body health as well. Anyway, it becomes more about the sets and reps. It becomes more about the ego. It becomes more about that sort of stuff rather than the hard work. And I was watching and listening as I was working out yesterday to when C.T. Fletcher worked out with Michael Hearn. Right, two clear giants in the fitness industry. If you don't know who they are, Google them if you care. If you don't, no problem. A little bit of background: they are just two giants within the industry, physically and mentally too. They've been in the industry a long time, and it sparked a thought, because they said, you know what, I'm going to try and beat the other guy. It's like, it's true. Thinking back to those three training partners, every time we come in, they do 10, I want to do 11. Or I do 11, they do 12. And it's like, even if I don't get 11, they get 10 and I get 10. Or they get 10 and I get 8. I'm still going to congratulate them, like, fucking hell, mate, that was a mega set. That's awesome. And that set that was in front of us is like, all right, advantage, whoever it is. Sort of, all right, you're the alpha male in that set. And it's the whole saying of, like, in a pride of lions, there can only ever be one king. And it's true, we're sort of battling it out to be king of the lions. But then when we finished, it's like, bro, that was a fucking sick workout, man. Like, I really appreciate that, blah blah blah. We go get food, we go hydrate, and then we're back at it the next time. There's gonna be things that I'm better at, there's gonna be things that they're better at. And it swings around about. That's what life is. It's not always going to be steady. You're not going to be best at everything. There will be things that you get beat at, and that's good, because you're going to get better. There's also things that you're going to beat them at, and that's good, because they're going to chase you. So both of you are going to get better. And I think the art of just kicking each other's ass in the gym has been lost a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I don't think you can go in and just wreck each other every single time you go in. I think that's a recipe for disaster. That's going to set you up to plateau down the line. But there are things that you can, push yourself. If you on the deadlift and the squats, you're not going to go in and max out and try and push each other on the bench, all these compound movements. But like, say for example, at the end, you can do something called random selection on, say for example, a tricep extension, on a rope pull down, on a bicep curl, on a leg curl or whatever. Random selection is you've got a buddy, person lies on the machine, or they stand on the machine or whatever, or they pick up the weight, they do 10 reps. Next person changes the weight to whatever they want, you do 10 reps, you do that 10 times. So you'll end up doing 100 reps. And it's a shitload amount of volume, but it also just tests your mental strength, and it's just like, right, I'm going to push you through, you're going to push me through, and we're just going to kill each other. Good job. Right. And then, I don't know, a band of brothers is bound in adversity, in my opinion. Like, the bond that I had with my teammates playing rugby growing up will never go. We could be 85 years of age, and I could see them on the street, or they could come, into some sort of adversity, and I'd want to help them. I'd always be there, especially in the front row. We've got like an unwritten rule, us crazy front rowers. And it's the same in a gym, man. Like, we go into the gym and we are inflicting serious amount of pain on ourselves, and it's painful. It's not nice. It hurts. But at the same time, it's what needed to be done. And we're developing our brain and our mind and our mental toughness so much further than we thought was capable, simply because I'm not going to take your shit and you're not going to take my shit. And that's it, guys. That's quite simple. Yes, some science comes involved with programming. Yes, there is an art to programming. Yes, there are times to stick to your program. But yes, there are also times to kick the living shit out of your workout partner, and for them to do the same back to you. Just taking no shit. Just believing in the other person that they can push, that they have more, that they can become more. It's not about being an asshole and putting one over on each other and proving who's the fucking alpha male, because I think that term is flawed. If you need to prove that you're the alpha male, then you're probably not one. But I also think that there is some beauty in kicking each other's ass. There is some beauty in, getting served a little slice of humble pie sometimes, all right, we're going to do this, blah, blah, and you're getting your ass handed to you. Because that sort of lesson will be taken out of the gym. And once it's all said and done, the sweat's on the floor, and, everything's done in the gym, then you're the best of mates again. So, in my opinion, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But obviously, I'm going to be a little bit biased. So, team, hopefully that has helped out a little bit. Just a little chat about what I look for in a training partner. Obviously, I wouldn't kick people out. I wouldn't say just, no, sorry, you can't train with me. I'm not that type of person. But I would expect you not to take my shit. I'm not saying I would bitch and moan and try and get out of things, but I would like to bring a certain level of intensity to my workout, and I'd expect the same thing back. I'm not there to put my thumb up my bum and just chill out. I'm there to work hard because I'm there for a purpose, and I expect the same thing back. And a lot of people will respect that. There will be people that don't want to do that, and that's absolutely fine. It's just, you go work out and I'll go work out, and we'll meet up after. No dramas. I don't mind. I've worked out most of my life alone, but those three people always stick by me. Always stick by me for good training partners. So, team, hopefully that's helped. Have a fucking great one. Make sure everyone is safe and sound. Keep yourself bloody sane. Work out, work hard, and eat some good ice cream. That's what keeps me sane. Peace.